Good afternoon. Welcome back to Carrie Moody. So, today I'm just doing this quick video to go over the 13 arrest warrants for the five suspects in the Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley case. I had noticed that there was quite a bit of confusion in the Facebook groups and comments online. And so hopefully this video will be quick and concise and clear and help us all to understand what each warrant contained. So let's get started. Hopefully, this won't take too long, and I hope you come out with a much better clarity on what these warrants are about. So let's real quick just go over the basic facts in the arrest affidavits, okay? So Saturday, March 30th, 2024, Texas County Sheriff's Department requested that OSBI investigative services come when Veronica's car was found abandoned and her and Jillian were missing. Veronica and Jillian were to meet Tiffany Adams for a custody visitation and birthday party for Veronica's daughter at 10 a.m. at Four Corners. That was their meeting spot. Well, when they never arrived, Veronica's family began looking and they came upon her vehicle. They then contacted law enforcement at 12:09 p.m. Upon law enforcement's arrival at the car scene, blood was found on and at the edge of the roadway. Veronica's glasses were also found in the roadway south of the vehicle near a broken hammer. A pistol magazine was also found in Jillian's purse, but no pistol was found. So I know that that has been, people have kind of gone back and forth with that. No pistol was found there at the scene. Butler and Kelly's cellular devices both were actively sending signals until 9:42 a.m. that morning. The phones then stopped sending signals and were not found at the scene and were currently missing at the time of the arrest affidavits on 5/12/24. Tiffany Adams was the last known person to communicate with Veronica. And this is a picture there on the screen that I had taken there from the scene where the car was found. So, real quick, Tiffany Adams, February 13th, 2024. Tiffany purchases three prepaid cell phones from Walmart in Guyman, Oklahoma. After Butler and Kelly's disappearance, two of these phones were pinged at a property owned by Beasley and leased for cattle grazing by Tad Colum, who is Tiffany Adams' boyfriend. There on the right hand side, you can see the good days of Tiffany and Tad. They don't quite look that way anymore. Tiffany is looking much more like the picture right below that. On March 23rd, 2024, Tiffany also purchases five stun guns in Guyman, Oklahoma. So let's get to the warrants because there was a lot of information. I think it was difficult for a lot of people to put it all together. Tara and I, when we did our live the other evening, we had just got those documents that afternoon, so we had not had the time to go through them detailed like I was able to in the last couple days. So on April 1st, 2024, Tiffany Adams took her silver iPhone 13 Pro cell phone to the Code in Guyman. That's a phone store there to be repaired. The phone screen and the back glass were badly damaged with numerous cracks. Tiffany told the store that the phone had been run over by a vehicle on gravel. The Code notified OSBI of the phone and repairs requested. The Code repaired the phone and then gave it to OSBI agents on April 3rd, 2024. OSBI then obtained a search warrant to search the cellular devices and review information taken from it, including the call detail records, text messages, website history, cache files, which reflect contacts with Butler, as it may provide evidence of the murder/assault and battery with a deadly weapon. OSBI performed an extraction on it. On this phone, they found web searches for taser pain level, gun shops, prepaid cellular phones, and how to get someone out of their house. On April 3rd of 24, on the original search warrant return for the iPhone seized from the code, that is in the warrant 2024-17, OSBI extracted 117 gigabytes of data. This was signed by the court on April 26th of 24. Again, on April 3rd of 24, there's an amended search warrant included with this one for an iPhone 13 Pro. It was executed, and 60.1 gigabytes of data was obtained from that extraction. That was signed on May 9th, 2024, by the district judge. Now, the phone discussed in this warrant appears to be the same one, as it's the same search warrant. It's the same silver iPhone. I'm not sure as to why the amended search warrant and the additional data extracted, but I think I have an idea. For one, the original warrant only said iPhone. It didn't say iPhone 13 Pro, anything like that. The amended does say iPhone 13 Pro, but we'll see that it appears Tiffany takes either this phone or another one back to the code later on. So the phone was returned. After OSBI did the phone extraction on April 3rd, 24, they then returned the phone back to the code. And the following day, April 4th, the owner of that business returned the cell phone back to Tiffany Adams. Then again on April 9th of 24, OSBI seized another silver iPhone 13 Pro. This time they give a serial number ending in 1740 from the code, and they extracted 100 gigabytes of data from it on April 10th of 24. Now again, I'm unsure if this was the same phone that she had taken in previously, or if she took in a different one on this date. That's not really clear. I do have a good feeling that it is the same silver iPhone Pro or iPhone 13 Pro. These are just pictures from the search warrants of the iPhone. Now, moving right along, 1991 Chevrolet 1500. It's a blue gray color. This truck belongs to Cole and Cora Twombly. This is also the truck that CW, the minor child, was asked to clean the interior of. A friend of hers also assisted and observed a stain on the carpet that he or she thought may be blood. Also, while in Carrick, Texas, interviewing CW and her brother, Cora and Cole arrived and tried to get access to them both. They were driving this truck at that time, the blue gray 91 Chevy 1500. This is search warrant 2024 13. Now, on April 13th of 24, Cole and Cora were arrested in rural Cimarron County, Texas, driving this pickup. It was secured by OSBI. It had also been seen March 30th, 24 at their residence, according to the probable cause. So in this warrant, they were looking for specifically Veronica and Jilian's cell phones, jewelry owned by either of the ladies, a Taurus handgun with a full magazine, one live round in the chamber, a cloth holster, a stun gun or stun guns that Tiffany had purchased, oil dry or kitty litter, biological/DNA evidence, digital photographs, special or spatial scans, and all other evidence of the crime of murder. On April 17th, 24, the following items were seized from this truck: digital photographs taken of the truck and the contents. There was also white and black iPhones and white cloth gloves found inside the vehicle. Now, there's been a lot of chatter. These were the burner phones or these were Veronica and Jillian's phones, but I think you're going to come to see I don't believe that those Veronica and Jillian's phones have been found. And if they have been, then definitely, show me the proof, correct me on that. But the way I'm reading this, they have not been found. Now we come to the stock trailer. The stock trailer's been a big thing. Why was it used? Well, I think that was to block the highway. But they were still looking for the previous items that I mentioned. That included the gun, both of Veronica and Jilian's cell phones. So on April 16th, Clint Twombly contacted OSBI and advised that there was a white hotshot 33-foot gooseneck trailer on his property that didn't belong to him, and he didn't even know where it came from. So that trailer was seized and a search warrant was executed on April 17th. Digital photographs of the trailer were taken, and um, photographs of the contents inside of it, outside of it, all of those were taken, as well as 8 swabs taken of BS1, 2, 3, and 4, which would be possible blood samples. So this was on 4/16 when Clint Twombly contacted OSBI to say, hey, I don't know whose gooseneck trailer this is, but it's sitting here on my property. So CW's phone. Keep in mind, CW is a minor. We do not discuss. Okay. This comes from Search Warrant 2024 15. CW and her father voluntarily provided her phone to OSBI during an interview on April 3rd, 24. The phone was provided to CW by her mother. It was also tracked by her mom. But that is why you see the father's name on that search warrant, as she is a minor. He was with her. Mom's in jail. So that search warrant return is dated April 8th, and they retrieved 206 gigabytes of data from that forensic examination. Moving right along, we get to the DNA buccal swabs. These first 4 are search warrants 2024-8 through -11. Known DNA cheek swabs were obtained from Tad, Tiffany, Cole, and Cora on April 17th, 24. These 4 were arrested on April 13th of 24, which was one day before Veronica and Jilian were found. Now we have another DNA buccal swab and photos warrant. That search warrant is 2024-7. That is a warrant to obtain buccal swabs and photos of Paul Grice, and it was requested on April 23rd, very late at night. I think it was like 11:23 p.m. maybe at night. The warrant was approved, however, it was not ever executed. Paul was arrested on 4/24/24, so he was arrested that very next day. That is possibly why that warrant was never executed, but it wasn't. So now we have Beasley's property, which is probably the biggest thing. A warrant was issued on April 13th. It was executed Beasley's property, and an excavation of a possible burial site was commenced. On April 14th of 24, the hole was excavated. The bodies of Butler and Kelley were located within. In the hole dug by law enforcement after the bodies were removed, personal items were located. But this is important. These items did not belong to Butler or Kelley. These items did not belong to Butler or Kelley. This information was not released to the public, but it's all in that search warrant. So a warrant was issued on 4/12/24, 4/13/24 for property that Tad Cullum leased for cattle grazing. The items that they were still looking for at this point on April 13th were the bodies of Veronica and Jilian, clothing worn by Butler, to include a gray screen printed t-shirt, blue jean denim shorts, dark colored socks, and gray Hey Dude shoes. Clothing worn by Jilian Kelley, to include a long sleeve blue plaid shirt, a ring, a pink or red v-neck shirt, blue jean capri length pants, white low top shoes, cellular phones owned by both Jilian and Veronica, and Jillian's Taurus handgun was silver slide and black handle, loaded with a full magazine of hollow point ammunition, one live round in the chamber, and a cloth holster. They were also looking for stun guns, oil dryer kitty litter used for liquid absorption, as they had used that there at the car scene. Trace evidence, biological DNA evidence, digital photographs, spatial scans, and all other evidence for the crime of murder and assault and battery with a deadly weapon. So at the time that they searched this property, you guys, they were still looking for all of their clothing. They were still looking for Veronica and Jilian, obviously. But they were also still looking for Jillian's gun. So the results of that search. These are the items that were seized from the property. As you can see here in the screenshots, these are taken directly from the search warrants. Between April 12th through the 15th, the following was seized from the property that Tad Colum was leasing. USB drive of the dig site, photographs, evidence. There was a pair of Wrangler blue jeans with a black belt that had possible blood on them. A brown sweatshirt with possible blood. Black hooded sweatshirt. All of these have with possible blood, okay? Black hooded sweatshirt. Another pair of Wrangler blue jeans. Reddish pink hooded sweatshirt. A roll of duct tape. A pair of white Ariat socks. A gray t-shirt. Black handle of a saw. 8 wet swabs. 1 ratchet strap. Carhartt black jacket, cloth glove, a black K-bar knife in sheath, gray ball cap, a blue/white ball cap, a pair of cloth gloves, blue/gray Skechers tennis shoes, tan Ariat shoes. Is it Ariat? Ariat? I don't remember. I used to wear the boots, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Black taser/flashlight, gray Dickies t-shirt, and electrical cord and small black tape. As you can see, they did not find Veronica and Jillian's items with them. So it doesn't mention were they wearing their clothing, things like that. I don't know. But this is what was seized. And then obviously they did, find their bodies as well. My guess is they found them with their clothing, but because it doesn't mention the gun and it does not mention the cell phones, I'm just putting 1+1 together here and saying that those items, it doesn't appear that they have been found yet. So let's talk about Paul's arrest real quick. So as you know, Paul was arrested later on, and there were some events that kind of led up to that arrest. On April 13th, Paul was at Tad's home when Tad was arrested. He was spoken to by FBI agents, and it was observed that he had a bandaged right pinky finger. Paul told FBI agents that he had cut it working on his pickup. All right. Well, 5 days later, another witness tells FBI agents that Paul had come to his house on April 17th, and he'd asked about several things, really weird things, like how long would it take for the state lab to process DNA evidence? How long DNA would last in dirt? How long DNA would last on clothing in the dirt in a 15-foot deep hole? If DNA would survive in dirt if it were being churned, and if the source knew how to get a quote unquote guy and his family into Mexico. He told the witness that he was worried about his DNA being in the hole that Butler and Kelley were found in because, get this, because he had been to the Twombly residence. Man, oh my. On April 19th, Paul was again seen by another witness. So now there's 3 witnesses. He was seen by another witness who stated that he saw Paul on March 30th and March 31st with a bandaged right hand. Paul told that witness that he had cut it while fencing. So Paul had lots of stories. Paul was getting desperate. Now there's also a 2009 white Nissan Altima On April 17th, a search warrant was requested for Tiffany Adams' 2009 Nissan Altima. At the time of her arrest on April 13th in Guyman at the Code, she was driving this car, and she is the registered owner. In this warrant, search warrant 2024-12, they still had probable cause to believe that Veronica and Jilian's phones, Jilian's gun and holster, the stun guns, oil dryer, kitty litter, biological/DNA evidence may be found. That warrant was executed on April 17th, and from the vehicle, digital photographs were taken of the vehicle and the contents of it inside. But again, it doesn't appear anything was seized or found in there. There's also a blue flatbed truck. This is search warrant 2024-16. This is Cole and Cora's blue flatbed truck. So this search warrant states that when Core and Cole Twombly were arrested, they were driving a blue Chevy truck with Oklahoma tag number ending in 207. A search warrant was issued for the search of the vehicle, and during that search, 2 iPhones, one black and one white, were found. On April 26th of 24, both devices were seized and 5.68 gigabytes of data were extracted from device 1 and 38.4 gigabytes of data was extracted from device 2. All right, so let me back up. This truck, this blue flatbed truck, this is actually owned by Clint Twombly, who is Cole Twombly's cousin and currently running for Cimarron County Sheriff, for what that's worth to you. So, my conclusion, it doesn't appear that their cell phones have ever been found, as they were still being looked for during the search at Beasley's property. They're not listed in any of the evidence found on any of these search warrants. Additionally, they state in at least a few of the warrant affidavits that there were personal items found with them, but they specifically state those items did not belong to either Veronica or Jilian. My second conclusion is I am not an attorney, nor do I play pretend to be one on YouTube, Facebook, or anywhere else. So the information in this video is based solely on my understanding after reading through these 13 search warrants over and over and hopefully taking very good notes so that I could kind of try to explain them and wrap them in a pretty little bow for all of you. And I hope that this has helped you somewhat. Again, if you find an error, let me know. Let me know what search warrant it's on, what page, what paragraph, things like that. And I'm more than happy to clear up any errors that I may have made. Like I said, I'm not an attorney. So all of the search warrants are uploaded in our Facebook group. They've been there for a couple days now. You're more than welcome to take a look at them. And with that, I think that got through that pretty fast. Hopefully, it did clear up a little bit of things for everybody. Thank you so much. This is about justice for Veronica and Jilian, and we'll stay on it. But for now, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Have a great weekend. Please take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Be kind. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.